Like and subscribe to get more content of your favorite subreddit. Am I the asshole for telling my daughter that she's the reason why nobody likes her? I, a 40-year-old, had my first daughter. I'll call her Sandra. She's 20 years old. With my boyfriend George, who is now 50 years old. When Sandra was 5, I realized that George was abusive, so I broke up with him. He didn't have an interest in maintaining a relationship with Sandra so I effectively became a single mother and raised Sandra on my own for the next 6 years. Then, when Sandra was 11 and I was 31, I met a man I'll call Frank, who was 33. We got married a year later and started having children. Sandra's step-siblings. The year after that. Now I am 40. Frank is 42. Sandra's 20. I have a son who I'll call Francis, who's 7 years old. Twins named Philip and Julia, who are 5 years old. And a daughter named Stacey, who's 3 years old. Since Francis was born, Sandra's been complaining to me about how she feels pushed to the side. For the first few months of his life, I can admit that she was somewhat pushed to the side. But that was because he was a baby with health complications and she was a 13-year-old who required a lot less intensive attention. Then, when Francis's health got better, I was able to split my time more evenly between the two. But it was never enough for Sandra. We've tried family therapy, but Sandra refused to talk. I've tried doing things alone with Sandra, but she says she's jealous of her half-siblings who have 2 parents while she only has 1. And, even then, my time is divided. I told her I'm sorry about her jealousy, but Frank's a nice man. And the only reason why she feels disconnected from him is because she's being bratty about the changes. Sandra has done nothing but complain about how the younger children are getting more attention than her. And I'm not entertaining that dialogue anymore. Since Philip and Julia were born, I've been telling her that it's her own fault she's not agreeable enough for anybody to spend any time with her. And she's had 6 years alone with me, that should be enough. Sandra responded by getting more and more withdrawn. She was awarded a full scholarship to college and is now 2 years into it. Since she started college, she's barely come home, and when she does interact with the family, she's been sullen and rude. I did my best as a mother. I'm sorry she didn't like it. I've still got a family who appreciates me, after all. So I told her that she's the problem because everybody else can get along just fine. But I figured that I would check with all of you to maybe understand her perspective better. She's told me about this part of Reddit and how it's good for questions. So am I the asshole? Edit. When I say that Sandra had 6 years with me, I meant from the ages of 6 to 11. I was not including the ages of 0 to 5 when she was alone with George and I. Edit 2. Half-siblings, I know. I'm sorry. Thank you for watching. Don't forget to like and subscribe to get more content of your favorite subreddit.